You hit that. Hello, test it.
Hello, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming here. My name is Peyman Naimi, and I'm from Canada. I will be representing Youth Climate Report program, as well as one of the university research centers at Canada, in Canada. So Youth Climate Report is a multilinear interactive database documentary film project presented on a platform of a GIS map of the world, adopted by the UN in 2016 as a portal for the global community of youth to communicate visible evidence of climate impacts in their home countries directly to the UN. So the basic aim is to have training programs that are brought to remote and indigenous communities to ensure access for as many people as possible. So the goals of the Youth Climate Report are providing a visual data delivery system of new climate and sustainability research from around the world to the delegates and negotiations attending at COP conferences. Also, we provide a voice for youth around the world so they may be heard at, again, the COP conferences, as well as providing the voice to the global scientific community. So the latest research will reach the environmental policy makers of the UN, and also give voice to the underrepresented communities of indigenous people and those living in remote parts of the world. So we have training programs all over the world. In North America, we have Young Love's research lab at the York University, Canada, where I come from. Also in Central and South America, we have Yachi Pacha, or Earth Knowledge, in Quechua Academy of Humanities in Quito, Ecuador, as well as Indigenous Filmmaking Workshop in Jancho Society in Belize. In Europe, we also have Young Reporters for the Environment at the University of Copenhagen, Denmark, as well as Ghana Youth Video Program in Africa at Gimpa University in Accra, Ghana. In Asia, we have Next Generation Video Challenge at Temasek Polytechnic University in Singapore. And also in Antarctica, we have British Antarctic Survey at the University of Cambridge. So these are the number of films that annually have been added to our database program. So whereas in 2021 we have about 16 new films added to the platform, in 2024 we had more than 207 films have been added to our websites. So altogether we have more than 1,000 videos from 154 countries on all 7 continents in our website. Recently, the Youth Climate Report is proud to announce it has been partnered with Evertree to help plant 800 trees a month around the world. This ongoing partnership ensures that Youth Climate Report is now a carbon negative partner program of the UNFCCC. So this goes beyond being carbon neutral, actually, since our tree planting activities are taking more carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere than we are putting in. Also, YCR has been awarded this year's J. Roberts Cox Award for Environmental Communication and Civic Engagement by the National Communications Association in Washington. The award will be presented to the executive of YCR, Dr. Mark Terry, on the NCA's 110th annual conference later this month. The NCA praised the Youth Climate Report for its civic engagement and environmental advocacy, which have had an important impact on the global community. Also, I'm going a little to talk about CFAL York, which is one of the 32 research and training centers working closely with United Nations Institute for Training and Research, UNITAR, to provide training sessions, capacity building programs at higher level education, as well as working on citizen science for the citizens. The capacity development activities of the center basically focuses on diversity and inclusion, health, entrepreneurship, and economic development, and in integrating the sustainable development goals in academic institutions. So we have different interdisciplinary programs at CFAL York, working on virtual reality training sessions. Also, we had recently eco-edutainment course, basically teaching the students at higher level education about using games and serious games for environmental education and environmental purposes, as well as we have some ongoing drone-based practices for environmental equity as well, that you can see the pictures here. We have also a number of speaker series at CFAL York, so they're online and everyone can also share from around the world. So recently we have climate change emergencies and cultural heritage speaker series, as well as climate change displacement dialogue speaker series. So now I'm going to show a trailer, of the animation that is going to be screened tomorrow at 2:30 in Canada Pavilion. So this 25-minute animation film basically is about plastic pollution and environmental advocacy. It's a joint product with the CFAL York as well as Youth Climate Report. So this is the trailer of the animation.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you know which way goes to the maple trees?
Where would you like to go, Grandpa?
To protest.
All the animals are migrating from there at this time of the year.
Oh God, who knows how many other birds and fish suffered from this?
When and where will it take place?
It's the most unbelievable meeting in the history of all marine life.
If the same scenario continues, there will be no fish for us to eat.
No more suffocation.
Clean water is our goal.
Right.
Climate change is going to go.
It is estimated that more than 50,000 people will gather in a protest to stop climate change.
I have got to do something with these guys.
What's happening? Oh my God, I'm falling.
I can't continue this anymore.
Here we are.
We lost 2 birds.
It was my last wish to do in life.
It has never been this cold and freezing at this time of the year ever before.
I'm sure your son would be proud of you, man.
Thank you very much. And these are the websites that you can reach out to us in terms of both Youth Climate Report, and also you can see different activities that we are doing at CFAL York. And thank you very much. Now I want to open the floor for the folks should they have any questions. Thank you. So I think we do not have questions. It's a little early, but I don't know if we want to wrap up the session or we can wait if folks have more questions. Yeah.
So I'm overall a little curious on the GIS aspect of this project, both if there's like a learning curve for those who have not used GIS to actually be able to contribute to this, and just more so what that process of this looks like.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for your question. So if you go to the Youth Climate Report app, there's like a map of the whole world. And then when you click into different continents or maybe like different countries, then you can see the products that has been added to our GIS map from that specific country. So actually it will make you familiar with whatever maybe sustainable practices that has been doing on that specific area, or the films that showcasing some environmental issues that are there. So that actually how the GIS map works. Thank you. I think someone has a question here.
Hi, I have two questions actually. The first one is the following. So how is the process of choosing what story to tell, right? How do you choose what story to tell, what video to produce? How is that editorial process? I would like to know, because there are so much information out there, so many stories to tell. So how is that process? And also, I saw that you work with UNITAR, or in partnership with UNITAR, but I would like to know as well if you work with other UN agencies that are also producing climate change related information. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for your questions. In regards to your first question, so yeah, like we said, there are many stories out there that you can work on, but specifically when you can see that there is a potential in a specific story, there are some aspects that you may consider. One will be, for example, if it's about an underrepresented community, that their voices may be heard through like using this environmental communication. As well as the other thing is that if the story has the potential to engage the audience in a way that all of us know that in terms of environmental education, of course we are working on environmental awareness, but we are going to step forward toward making action, right? So the story needs to have this potential to basically move the audience in a way that they will make sure that at least they will start to take some actions. And that's why we are working on some interactive way of storytelling as well. Like, for example, virtual reality applications, that when the audience is immersed through the environment and when they are really experiencing whatever the environmental catastrophe is out there, then it would have actually more impact on them, as well as what we are working on serious games. So they are really getting engaged as the policymakers and the games that are basically about role models. So they can be part of the policymakers of whatever the policy is happening, and this also would make them take some actions toward the environment. And I hope this answers your first question. For the second question, can you please elaborate more on that? Thank you.
Yes, because I saw in your presentation that you're working in partnership with UNITAR, right, to create all these training modules and so on. So my question was, if you are working in partnership with other UN organizations, maybe IPCC or maybe the WMO or maybe UNFCCC or where other UN organizations to, I don't know, that might provide information or link you to people. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. So CFAL York is specifically working under UNITAR and not other institutions. And also, like I said, Youth Climate Report is part of UNFCCC as well. So we are sort of joining these two training research centers. And of course, we are eager to have more collaborations with different UN delegations and research centers, specifically in terms of higher education at the university level. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. If we do not have any more questions, we can wrap this session up. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for attending here. Hi. Yeah, of course.